Hey guys, good morning. It's yet another beautiful day, and today I would be covering a topic about photography, where we will discuss about how to get a DSLR like blur effect that we see in the background of the photos of DSLR pics, and we discuss about how to get that in our mobile photos, like the photos that we have regularly that we have taken from our mobile. And for that, we would need an application called Afterfocus. You can get it on the Google Play Store, AFTR After Focus. If you see, this is the After Focus application. I have already got a pro version installed on my phone for this application. You can see I liked it so much that I got the pro version of this application for myself. And so, without much further ado, let's start the work and see how it works. So first of all, go and select an photo that you have clicked from your mobile already. See here, I have this selfie of mine which I have clicked, and here in autofocus you could choose, like, you can make things as focus, the things that are the foreground that should remain in focus, like the pink shade identifies whatever should be in the focus. And if you click this button, this is the background. It is like identified by a white, there's no shade for the background, so you can use your fingers to draw fine boundaries, and you don't have to actually draw the boundaries, you just can mark it as you are seeing, mark it slightly, and the application will take the boundaries by itself. I mean, it's a smart way of doing it. And if you're seeing, my whole face, my clothes are all now part of the foreground. And there's also something called as, the mid view that you can use. I mean, this is neither the foreground nor the background. It will not be as blurred as the background, but it will be slightly more less blurred than the background. And let me draw the boundary for the mid region. Yeah, and it is done. Sorry, takes a minute or two to do this thing. And once this is done, I can now define my background here. I can safely define the background without causing much. Then press next. If you can see, the blur effect has now started coming, and you can strengthen the blur effect that you need. So the background is like completely blurred now, and you can add bokeh effect if you want, but this photo would not need any bokeh effect, so I'll just go forward. And we can add the fading, like how we want this background to be faded. I mean, should it be fading slowly, or it should be like vertical. And seeing this with this, we can determine the strength, how the fading should occur. And then we have some good effects, like we can add vignetting effect. If you see this, right, we can add it. Yeah, this looks good. And then the other tools also, which, I mean, you can completely change the color of background. You can make the background black and white completely, or you can make only the foreground with color and background with this thing, or you can, you have a lot of options to choose from depending on the photo. This photo doesn't need much of this editing. I just brought this photo for you to and understand it. This photo doesn't have much of the background anyways. And I'll save this, and we can say, once this is saved, our DSLR like pic would be ready. It's, I don't say that we can replace our DSLRs with this, but it is still better than the regular photography. Once we are done with this editing, we just compare both the photos, how good they look in comparison to each other. So this is saved, and now we can just go and check both of these pictures, which one looks good, and decide for ourselves. So in after focus, this is the pic. uh, this is the edited pic. Let's go back. Let's copy this, copy, and we will put it across the original file and see how good these pics look. This is the original one and this is the edited one. There's no much difference in these two pics because this is almost like a pic without the background, but when we have actual backgrounds on the pic, it gives a lot of it gives a very good effect.